Okay, let's start. First of all, any questions on previous session? So last session we discussed about the relationship, various types of relationships in Salesforce. Apart from that, we have discussed about the formula field with cross-object formula field as well, then roll-up summary field and validation rules and schema and lookup filter. So any questions on those?
Hey, I didn't attend yesterday's class, so I got the
Okay.
video link. I need to go through it.
Mhm. Okay, okay. No issues. Just go through it and maybe on Monday we can discuss if there is any issues.
Yeah,
And I will provide the assignments, so just complete those as well in the weekends.
yeah, okay.
Okay, sure. So let's start for today. Log into my and you have created your own developer accounts, right?
Yeah, yeah. I've created that and I did the day before yesterday assignments. I'm like halfway through it. So
Okay,
I just
good.
want to finish that and get to the next session. So I don't want to get confused.
Got it, got it. Okay, fine. Okay. So today we will look into the UI customization. So last time what we looked into was various fields. Last session we looked into various types of fields, and today we will look into the UI part. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so first in the UI part comes the page layout. So what is page layout? Page layout is like a template or blueprint for how a particular type of record should will look, should look and behave on the screen. So what does this mean? This means, let me open up a object. First I will go to an app. Then let me open any one object, any record. Okay. So once we open the record, what you see on the detail page, right? This account, rating, account, like the fields, whatever you're seeing, the way these fields are being uh, like designed. It is a two column, right? Account owner is in one column, rating is in another column, account name is in another column. So the way it has been designed, the way it has been sequenced, okay? Even the related list, what are the related list which will come under, like, contact will come before opportunities or cases will come below the opportunities, like that. So the way the designing of the page has been done for any particular record is known as page layout. Okay? Even whatever you're seeing in the top, right? This is also comes under, this is not page layout. This we will look into next slide. This is known as a compact layout or highlights panel. But the one which you are seeing on the down, details tab, related tab. So this too comes under page layout. So this is in lightning experience. Now you might come across a scenario wherein you have to work on classic also, right? So if I have to switch to classic, and then let's say I'm opening any record, and if I open the record, so what you are seeing on the down, the way the fields are being arranged, as well as the buttons, what buttons will be visible and what related list will come. So all this comes under page layout. Now how we will define this page layout? One way, I will show you in both classic and lightning. Let me show you in lightning first, because most of the time you will be dealing in lightning one. So you have to go to this gear icon setup, right? From this setup, you go to object manager. Then you go to, let's say for us, the example we are taking for account record. So you have to go to the account object. After going to the account object, you will be seeing the page layout, this one, right? Now, once you go to the page layout, now you see there are multiple page layout created. Okay, so how we will know which one is related to the one which we are seeing here, right? That is something as of now we can know because the way uh, the account layout is being the default one. So ideally this one should be the one which we will be using. But just in case, let's say we are not aware and we just want to confirm what page layout is being used on this particular record. So for that, what we have to do, we have to click on this gear icon and click on edit page. Okay, so once you click on this edit page, this window will appear. Now in this window, there are multiple components. So this is a lightning experience environment, right? So it is not specific to one component. It will have multiple components associated with it. And one of the component which we have is this one, right? So if you click on this component, this one in the sense, the detail one, zoom in. That's what it is. Oh, when zooming in, this is going. Okay. So if you go to this detail one, this is the page layout, right? Now, if you highlight the highlight, if I hope you are able to understand the one which I am, which is in blue color border, right? So that is the one which I'm talking. So you have to click on this. Once you click on this, you see on the right hand side, all the layouts are coming, right? Account support layout, whatever was there for the account object, this layout was coming here as well. And the one which is marked as previewed in the bracket, that is the one which we are dealing with. Okay? So either you can go to this page and click on this account layout, it will open it out. It will open out the layout, or else you go to this object manager, then the object, which object your record you're seeing, and under that object, go to the page layout and click on that layout. So once we click on that layout, you will see this page appears. This is similar to what we see in Classic as well as like this page. So here if you see the fields, whatever is displayed, that will be shown. The buttons, whatever is there, will be shown. In the top, you see there is something called as Salesforce Mobile and Lightning Actions. What is that? This is nothing but I will close this out for now. I just shown you a way to do it, and we will discuss on this page a little bit later. But for now, let's not deep dive into that part. So I cancelled it. Okay. Now you see in the top, this buttons, whatever you are seeing, these are all, these are all, these buttons are like, there are so many buttons here, right? Create custom case, post, file, new task. There are so many buttons, but you are only able to see certain number of buttons, right? Even if you open with another user who has a who has less amount of permissions, you will see more or less buttons, but that is something which is dependent on the uh, permissions which are given to each of the users. Okay, so these buttons you are able to see, and the buttons whatever you are seeing, I'm just highlighting these buttons, whatever is there, this you will see when we go to classic. Okay, so if I go to classic, if I go to classic and open the record, you see this edit, delete, share, include, offline. This is part of this standard buttons. Okay. Now there again there are so many buttons, but we will only be able to see certain buttons which are applicable to this record. Okay. Let's say record type. Record type, change record type. As of now, there is no record type that we will discuss, but just for the understanding purpose, say this is a record type. If I go here, we have not created any record type for this object, so there is no question of having change record. Similarly, survey is not there. Printable view, printable view is also not there, I believe. Yeah. So some of these things will not be there, but if you have to put the buttons or the links in Lightning Experience, you will put it under this Salesforce Mobile and Lightning Experience. And if you have to do it in Salesforce Classic, you have to do it under this custom buttons, standard buttons and custom buttons. The standard buttons will be what Salesforce provides, as custom will be one which we will be creating. Okay. And coming to the fields, right? So first of all, in details, the sections. So first of all, there is no section as of now. Let's say if I have to create a section, hope you have to what you have to do, you have to hover over that particular place where you want to change. So let's say I want to change the sections, right? So I will just hover over it, and on the right hand side you will see a gear icon, right? Let me just zoom in. Okay. Right hand side you see a gear icon is there. So you have to click on this gear icon, and now if you see, the name of the section will be visible, what name is there, and when it should be displayed. So see, for this section to be displayed, it will be on the edit page, not on the detail page. So what is edit and detail page? Detail page is something what you are seeing here, right, without doing anything. And if you click on edit, this is the place where you will find the edit page. Okay. So edit page is a bit different, and detail is a bit different. Now, if I click on edit, this time the section should be visible. Okay. Here it is also not visible. Maybe some issue with Lightning as of now. Let me switch to Classic for better understanding. So you see here, this is the section name, account detail, which we are seeing, sorry, account information, right? So if I click on edit, see here, account information is coming. Similarly, address information, additional information, these are the section names, right? You're grouping the details of that particular record within sections. So if you just analyze or think of it in terms of a form, whenever you're filling up out a form, right, it will also be divided into section. One section will be for the address, where we have to put our contact information, like our address, phone number, email, all those things. One part of the section will be with our names, right? Our names, or let's say if you are going to banks, it will also have the card numbers, card details you have to put. Then another section will be related to the details of the like what you want to change. If you are doing any changes in that particular bank, and you have taken the form for that, you have tick mark what change you have to do, right? Similar to that. So grouping information will be there on that particular record, but how you will group it, that will be that you can customize based on the sections for easy understanding. Okay. Now there are two ways to display the section, display the fields. One is on a two column. So first of all, you have to have a section. If you don't have a section, that is also fine. It will look something like this without section, the fields will be there. That is also fine. It depends on the design. And second part is whether you want it as a one column or two columns. So for now, if you see this account owner, account name, these are all two columns, right? This is one column, account owner, account name, and this part, and rating, phone number, fax, website, this is another column. You can make it as one column as well. So what will happen in one column? All the fields will be on single column. There will be no two columns. Okay. And if you are going for two columns, if you see the zigzag line left to right or top to down, that is basically on tab key order. What does that mean? That means, let's say if you're writing something down on this account name field, after that if you click on tab, where it should navigate, right? So right now if you see, it is navigating below parent account, right? And then it is navigating like from top to bottom, it is navigating, and then it will go to rating and this one, right? If you want to have the navigation part done from, let's say, account name to rating on click of the tab button, that is the point wherein you will be clicking on this tab keyword. Okay. Now it is currently top to down. If you want left to right, that also you can do. So that is one part of the page layout. Second part is if you want to make a field required, right? So let's say account name, by default this will be required, but there are no other fields which are required. So let's say if we have to require the phone number, there are multiple ways to do it. One of the ways is using page layout. This is a simple way. Okay. So again, you have to hover over that icon and then click on this gear icon and make it required. If you make it required, it will be confirmed as a asterisk mark. Okay, asterisk red mark, and on the page layout, it will be similar to the red pipe. Let me refresh the page. If I click on edit, oh, I haven't saved it, so let me quick save. Quick save means it will not navigate out of this page layout. I will quick save it. Now let me refresh the page. Now if you see, phone is also mandatory field. If I don't give anything here and save it, it will not let me save. It will ask you must enter a standard message. Okay, that is one part. Second part is what? If you want to delete a field, what you will do? You will go to that particular, again, hover over that field. It will get highlighted with gear icon and this minus symbol, right? So you can click on this minus symbol and it will go up. That is one way. Another way is what? You click on that particular field and drag it outside into this panel. In the top, right? In top there is a panel. And if you drag over that panel, this green color tick mark will come. So you just have to drag it out. So that way also you can delete it. Okay. That is second part. Third part is how you will add a field. So for adding a field, see, there are, if you open the page layout, no, there are so many sections available. Just under the save button, there are so many sections available. So you have to click on the field section. So all the fields, whether it is custom or standard, will be displayed on this section. Okay, so you have to, whichever field you want to add, you just have to drag it out of it. So let's say SIC code I have to add. I will click on it, drag it out, and I will go down, and whichever section I want to add, I will just add it. So you see the place where it will be added will be shown by a green color this line, right? So let's say I want to add it before the ownership section. So I will just uh, keep keep my cursor there and release the hold which I was holding. So that way it will be added. Okay, so this is one part. Second part is you see related list. What are related list? Related list are whatever you are seeing below. So these are again objects. Whatever you are seeing under the related list, those are separate objects related to it, related to account. In our example, related to account via some relationship. You remember yesterday we talked about relationship, lookup, master detail, and all those things. So that is part of it. Okay. So if you want to add the related list or if you want to reorder the related list, again, you have to do it via this. And the same thing goes like if you have to delete one of the objects from the page, right? So you will click on it, click on this remove icon. Okay. So if you want to add any related list, you have to drag in the top fields we have selected, right? Similarly, we have to go down and there is a related list section. Click on it and you will find all the related objects which are available for this account. So if you want to add anything, let's say I want to add asset object. Okay, so just click on it, drag it and place it and save it. Right? So this way you will see now there is no asset, but if I just refresh the page, you will see asset comes. The same thing. Now, what fields are displayed? So let's say in contacts, there is only contact name, title, email, and phone number. Let's say I want to delete the title field. and I want to add another field. So what I will do, on the contacts, there is this gear icon, right? Click on this gear icon. You will see what fields are currently displayed. So if I have to remove one field from the selected fields, I will click on that field and click on that remove button. There is an arrow button under which remove is written, right? So you have to click on that. And let's say if I have to add another field, let's say I will add what I mean. I will add created date column. Okay, I will select this date and add it. Okay, and then you can make this related list applicable to one layout or all the other layouts as well. That depends. Okay. Now this is one thing. Now the second thing is, in this particular page itself or in this particular pop-up window, you will see there is buttons as well, right? I just clicked on this minimize button, so buttons came. It will be down, and the down button is there. So you have to click on this plus button, and now you see there are three standard buttons: new, merge contacts, and add to campaign. So new, merge contacts, add to campaign is not there because it is not enabled as of now. So these two buttons are available. Now if you create a custom buttons means now ones which are not provided by Salesforce, but let's say you have created maybe a Visualforce page, but you have coded one page with HTML or Apex, with Visualforce or Lightning component, and you want to display that button. So that button, that custom button, you can display it, use like it will show it under here. Now it is showing only standard buttons. Custom buttons will show under here as well. You can check or uncheck that. Okay. So this is one part. What is the other part? Okay, preview as. With preview as, you can see the page layout, how it will display it for various users. Okay, so after some days, maybe tomorrow, next week, someday we will talk about profiles. So profiles are basically a way to restrict users on certain objects, okay, certain objects or fields. So if you want to see, so now in this page layout, there are so many fields available, right? There are so many fields available, but maybe some fields will not be accessible by certain users. Okay, so that in that scenario, how the page layout will behave, you can just preview it using that particular profile. Fine. So this is a more or less about what is page layout is. It is about alignment of the fields and any sections if you associate. Okay.
Ishan, one
Any
quick
questions?
question.
Yeah.
Uh, so when you just drag the fields out of the page layout, they're getting deleted, right? So will they be deleted from the SOQL view as well, or can we query them from SOQL?
You can query them from SOQL. This is only for the UI part. It will
Okay.
anyhow, it will not be deleted. If you see, it will be moved outside of the page and into this palette. Here it will be. So it will be just removed from the page, from the UI part. But in the backend, if you are writing any code or if you are writing any SQL, it will be accessible if provided that whatever from where like from which user you are querying, right? If that user has access, if you have written a code based on user accessibility, that is something a different scenario. But ideally speaking, if you are querying from the database, you will be able to access that.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Yeah. So now, so page layout is like a template or blueprint for how a particular type of record should look and behave on the screen. It defines which fields are visible, where they appear, and whether they are editable or read only. Okay, so editable or read only I haven't shown you. So let's say again, this is same thing. You just have to hover over it, and there is two options, right? Read only. If you click on read only, then it will not be accessible for the user to edit this field. And if you just keep it unchecked, it will be in edit. Okay, fine. This is the second is what mini page layout. So mini page layout is, if you open this page layout, there is a, in the top you see this portion just beside the account layout, there is custom console component, there is mini page layout, right? So what is mini page layout? Let me first show you. Yeah. So in the recent item, whatever you are seeing, right? Whatever records you are seeing, if you hover over that icon, some fields will be displayed. This is for a quick glance of what this object is, what this record information is about. Okay. So if you want to change this part, account, as of now, this is account name, parent account, and phone is visible. If you want to change this part, you have to do it using mini page layout. So what is that? So you have to open the page layout, you have to open the mini page layout, like click on it, and here you will see what you are what displays you want to show. Again, it is same add and remove concept. So if I want to add fun field, you just have to click on this add button, select the field and add this. If you want to remove, you just select that field and remove it, like okay. And there are certain fields which you cannot remove. So in that sense, it will be showing it as uh, error message, like cannot remove this field, like. And even in that quick glance, you can add related list as well. Okay? And in that related list, which fields you want to visible, that also you can uh, keep it. Okay. Now let's say if I'm saving this, I have added industry and I have added a contact related list, right? So if I now hover over this account, you see related list is not showing because it is in um, classic. In lightning it will show. Okay, but here if you see, the fields are shown, the, this industry and all these things, right? So this is a mini page layout. It is a subset of the page layout. Okay, so again you have to go to the page layout and mini page. What is the next thing? Okay, first of all, let's read the definition. Mini page layout is a layout defined from the existing page layout. It is a subset of units, unit means fields, existing in page layout. It is defined to show hover details when your mouse hover, it will not be over, it will be hover a field on an object's detail page or in the recent item section of the site. Okay. Now in lightning experience, what is happening? The behavior is a bit different. Uh, Let me just quickly show you. So if you go to opportunities, right? Test opportunity. Now I'm just randomly opening any record. This is not particular to any object or record. So I'm just randomly opening it. Now if you go to the details tab, or else let's go to home tab, right? In home tab also you have certain records visible, right? So similarly, if you hover over it, some fields will be coming. Now, ideally, this should be the mini page layout, but what I have seen recently is it is showing the compact layout, which we are discussing after this only. Compact layout. It is showing the fields part of it. Okay, so let's see what is compact layout. Mini page layout, I hope it is clear. It is a subset of the page layout which will show the certain fields once you uh, access it from the recent items, or ideally when you are accessing it from any other pages, not directly on the detail page. Okay, fine. Now coming to the compact layout. What is compact layout? So if you are opening any record, if you are opening any record in Lightning Experience, you will see this particular section in the top, right? Now this again is what to say, a gist of the information. What you, whenever a user opens a record, right? He rather than going to the detail part and seeing the field details, we want to show certain field values for a quick glance of that record. So mini page layout, compact layout, intention remains the same, to show a quick glance of the information about that particular record. So what you are seeing on the mini page layout, that will be on the recent or the any other places. But if you are opening a record, and in that, in the top, you will see this details of the fields, right? That is known as compact layout. And this place, if you see, this is a separate place, right? A box kind of. This is known as highlights panel. Okay. So if you click on this edit page, and once this is opening, if you click on this page, if you click on this component, you will see on the right hand side it is known as highlights panel, right? You can, like, let's say if I'm not using it, okay, you have to have a uh, highlights panel. But if on the left hand side, you can see there is a highlights panel section again. So if you just drag it here, let's say if you are creating a new object and if you want to have a layout associated with it, you just drag the highlights panel and this will be appearing. So this is known as highlights panel, and whatever the layout of that highlight panel is, that is known as compact layout. Sure. Okay, that is known as compact layout. Now let's see how you can configure that. So you have to go to object manager. You have to go to that particular object for which you are changing, and in this you will find there is something called as compact layout, right? Similar to page layout, there is compact layout. You have to click on it. Now there is only one layout. You can click on new compact layout and create one. So we will be creating, but before that, let me show you one. So compact layout assignment. If you click on this right now, click on edit assignment. There is only one, right? System default. And if you go to system default, the one which we have now, if you click on this, you don't have the option to edit it, right? Whatever the system default you have, you don't have the option to edit the fields. So what we have to do, either we can clone it out. Clone means all the details, whatever the fields are there, you will just clone it out. Otherwise, you click on new button and write the name, whatever name you want. Let's say I want to write count compact layout. Okay. And after this, you have to select what fields you want to show. Let's say I want to show account name, account number. Okay. Let's say industry and phone and rating. So you can select multiple fields by selecting shift or control. Okay, like this. So I'm adding this all parts, all fields, and clicking on save. Okay, so the way we have placed it, that sequence will be adhered. That way only it will show. So let me, once we have added this field, now let's go back. Click on compact layout assignment, edit assignment. Now we will see the one which we created, account compact, right? We will click on it and save it. Now this is saved. Now let us go to refresh this page, and we will go to our compact layout and see whether it is following the same rule or not. So first is account name, then is account number, followed by industry. Oh, this is classic. Yeah. So see, first is account name. So okay, so at first, whatever the first field will be there, that will be shown in the top. Okay, here it will show the one which I have highlighted. Okay. Second, type phone. No, no, this one is not the one, right? No, one more. Let me refresh this page. Yeah. So first is name, then account number, industry, phone, rating. So whatever way we have used it. And the first one, first field will always be on the top. Now if I, instead of account name, if I want the phone number to be on top, just for our understanding purpose, let's see if it happens or not really. So I will just click on this phone and use this up button. You can sequence it out as you want. Now I saved it. Now if I just refresh this page, what happened? Phone and everyone. Okay, maybe some restriction in that. Let me use another one. Let me use account number. Account number was not there. Anyhow, it will come as blank then. Let's see. Some issues. Let's see. Somehow it is not getting. I don't know. Some issues might be there. So if I go to opportunity, let's see with other object also, is it happening the same behavior or different behavior? Compact layout. So this one we have created a compact layout previously. So account name is the first one. So let's see if account name is coming here or not. Yeah, so the account name is coming here. Now let's say if I just click on edit and I go with the opportunity name, and this opportunity name I will keep it on top, save it out. Yeah, so now opportunity name is coming. So it might be that the names of particular account record or the related records will be shown here. And apart from this, there are certain limitations. What type of limitations? See, all the fields cannot be shown here. All the types of fields. So if I go to this compare, if I go to fields and relationship, and if I click on new fields, you will see there are this many data types, right? Now in this data type, the one which is rich, rich text, long text area, right? Then what else? Pick list. These things will not be shown. Okay? Because this is just, if you understand, if you try to understand it logically, what we are showing a quick overview. And rich text area field or pick list field, those are something which will have certain rich text area field, for example, it will have it, you can insert pictures also in that. Okay, you can insert some kind of URL also in that. Formatting can be done in that rich text area or text area field that will have more characters, right? So if a user enters large characters, that will not be practical to show as a quick glance. It will disrupt the layout of that page, right? So in order to avoid those circumstances, Salesforce has restricted those type of fields where the characters are more and images can also be added, something of that sort. So those type of fields are not present or cannot be used inside the on the compact. Okay. So I hope compact layout is clear. What this shows, it's let's look about the definition now. Compact layout are used to display the key fields of a record whenever the minimum required details of the record is needed. So it's like a quick glance. It controls the field display in below places where, first of all, in the highlights panel. Highlights panel is what we have seen, right? What we showed, what I have shown. In the expanded lookup card that we see when we hover over a link in record detail. So if you go to this record detail, right? And inside that record detail, if you hover over the lookup, this one, right? Sports, if you hover over this, you see this account name, phone, industry rating. So this also is controlled by the compact layout, and related list opportunities and cases are coming. Okay. So this is about the compact layout. Okay. Now let's see the next part. Next part is Salesforce One and List View. Salesforce One is nothing but you can also try it out in your iOS device or your Android device. You just go to your Play Store or App Store and type in Salesforce One. You will find an app known as Salesforce. Okay, what you will find? An app named as Salesforce. Just download it. So that is the mobile version of what you are seeing on this particular desktop. What you are seeing here, it will have a mobile version associated with it. And that mobile version, that app name is Salesforce. Okay. So Salesforce One is a built-in mobile application that allows users to easily access their Salesforce data through mobile devices and tabs. I hope this is clear. This is straightforward. Now there are restrictions. I mean, you can provide restriction as well, like which fields or which uh, pages will be displayed on mobile and which will not. So that is a different topic. But for now, just understand Salesforce One is just like a mobile app for accessing Salesforce data using mobile or tab. Second is list view. What is list view? So list view is if you go to any record, right? If you first click on any record, what you will see? You will find this recently viewed section, right? Whatever we have recently accessed for that particular record. Apart from that, if you click on this down arrow, you will find all these filters. All accounts, my account, new last week, this list, this week. So these all filter conditions based on this, the details will be shown. So let's say if I'm clicking on my accounts, so I will only see the accounts which I have created, okay, which is under my name. If you have created any account, I will not be able to see it under this my account. This is certain filter condition. Okay. It is not like it is not kind of a security feature. Just don't get confused with that. It is not a security feature that you will not be able to access the other records. There is a separate place to do that. This is just for the viewing purpose. Even if you give all accounts and if you don't have access to a certain records, you will not be able to see it. But the whole intention of creating a list view is to display the records based on the business need or whether from your personal point of view. Let's say if I want to, I'm working on a, let's say, support. Okay? I'm working as a support agent and I want to see the cases which came today itself. So I have to create my own list view. For creating your own list view, how you will do it? You will go to this. If you hover this, right? So you will see the names. First one is the list view control. Second one is the display as table. There are many ways you can create Kanban. The way it will be displayed. So right now I'm not doing anything. Split view you can do, right? So different ways you can keep it. Generally, we will keep it as table only. It is easy to show. Then this is the refresh button. If you click on this, it will get refreshed. The list will get refreshed. You can click on edit list. Edit list, what it will do, the fields whatever you are seeing, the columns whatever you are seeing, um, inside beside like below those columns, the values whatever you are seeing, right? So those can be editable using this. After this, what is the show chart? Then this is show filters. Okay, so first let's go to this one, this gear icon, list view control. So once you click on it, you have the option of creating your new list view or cloning, renaming the existing list view, the one list view which you have already opened. If you want to rename that, you can click on here. Sharing settings and all this is a different thing. Edit list filter. List filter is basically what type of data you want to display on this field. Okay, so let's go one by one. In one field only we will do. So I've clicked on new list view. Let's say this list view will be, you have seen, right? So there is a all accounts. So I will just click here, similar to this, not here, sorry. this one gear icon, click on new. I want to see, let's say, I give it as test view. Okay, for now. Name should be meaningful ideally, but for now I'm keeping it as test view. And the list view which I'm creating, whether I want to see the list view only for myself or for all users can see it or shared with certain group of users, that you have option once you're creating. Okay. So let's say I'm going with only I can see. I will click on save. Once I do that, this page automatically uploads the filter one. Right? What type of filters you want to put it to display the records. So if you don't want to give this, what you have to do, you have to click on this filter again and it will show. Otherwise, you go to the settings, you click on edit list filters, this will show. So three ways, I mean two ways you can open it up. Okay. Okay. Now once it is open, you see filter by owner, like who is the owner of that record, whether I want the owner to be my account or all account or certain scope, you can keep it. For now, let's keep it my account, all account. Let me keep it all account. Okay. And I will add certain more filters. What I will add, let's say I will add only where type is customer, right? So as of now, there are so many fields which type customers only. Okay, fine. Let's say I want to see the records only with billing status CL. So for that, what I will do, first of all, I give all accounts. In the second filter condition, I will give as billing state or province as equals CL and click on done, right? And save it. You can add more filters. I'm just adding two filters. And once you have added, right, you can add filter logics as well. Logic means and or condition, like whether both the fields should be matching, both the filters should be matching, or either one should match and show, right? So that way you can add. As of now, I'm not doing anything on this filter logic. I'm clicking on save. So once I click on save, I will just remove this filter condition. You see there are two records which is coming for this test view, which are having billing status CA. So this way you can modify it. Okay. Second one is select fields to display. So what fields you want to display on this list view? As of now, there are 5 fields, right? Let's say I want to display some more fields. I will simply go here and add those. It's same way how we did it in page layout. No, same way. If you want to add delete, you can do it. Okay, save it. So now if you see, two fields got added, and the sequence will be similar to how you put it in that particular layout. Okay, I hope this is straightforward. Any questions, let me know. So list view is what? In a list view, you can see only the data that you have access to. Okay, it's from a security standpoint. You can see records that you own, have read or write access, or are shared with you. That is all about from a security standpoint. List views also include records owned by or shared with users in roles below. These are all from security standpoint, whatever it is telling you. But the main thing is list view. What is a list view? If you ask, right? So that is a way of displaying data, what based on certain filter conditions and quick glance of the records based on the filter. That is what a list view is. Fine. Coming to the next slide. Publisher layout and global actions in Salesforce. So what is a publisher layout and global action? So if you go to setup, again I will go to setup, home, okay. If you type layout here, there are so many layouts, okay. Let me go down. You see there is a global action. So if I click on global action, you see there are two global action and publisher layout, right? On the setup home tab. If you click on global actions, you will see there are so many options which are created. So many actions. Actions are nothing but in Salesforce, these are buttons. These are specific types of buttons. What you are seeing, let's say if I open any record In the top, you see create custom case, new contact, new case, all these buttons, right? These are actions. Now, if you want to create an action globally, so there are two ways to create actions. Okay, one is on record specific level, which will be localized to that particular record. Uh, think of it as button only for simplicity. Okay, so if you create a button on a record, that will be accessible from that particular object itself, not record, object, from that object itself. But if you create a button on a global level which can be reused, the main purpose is reusability, right? If we are creating anything on global level, main purpose always remains the reusability. So if you want to create a button or utilize a button from on a global perspective within the org, then you create it from here. Okay. Now, if you go to global action and click on new action, you can edit whatever is there or click on create your own. So let's create our own. We will click on new action. Now, in this, once you open it, there are certain fields, right? And in these fields, out of those fields, 4 fields are mandatory. Name and label, anyhow, you know, whether wherever you go in fields or objects, you have this name and label concept. So this I'm not explaining again. Action type. Okay, so what this button will do? What this button will do? So there are this many things which we can do. One is creating a record. Second one is sending an email. If you are creating send an email, then you have to select the type, what it will do, which type of label it will have. Second one is log a call. Log a call is generally its standard one only. This one, log a call. So if you click on it, so let's say if somebody calls you and if you have to quickly add what is this call all about, you can add it here, related to which account and all. That you can set up later point of time as well. Then there is custom, this Visualforce page, canvas, lightning component, lightning web component. These are all part of coding. So if you code a page, customize a page based on your need, and then you want to display that as a button on the lightning experience, you will use this. As of now, we don't have anything, so it will show no lightning component, no lightning web component, but it will, if you select it, this will show under this lightning component section. Okay, so for us, for the example, let's take create a record. Now, once you click on create a record, it will ask what type of record you want to. So let's say I want to create account record. Okay, and I will give the name as create account. Once description, again, this is a best practice to write the description. Success message and all, let's keep it blank for now, and I will save it. So now I have created my uh, action, and once I save it, it will open up the fields which will be displayed. So I have kept it here as account, phone, industry type. I don't want industry, let's say. I don't want website. I just want these 3 fields: account, phone, maybe email I want. Email is not. Fine. Let's keep all 3 fields and I will save it. So create account has been added. Now how I will add it on fields? Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. So let's say I'm going to any object. It's again will be done on the page layout, okay, for that particular object. Okay. So let's go to opportunity. We will add this button on the opportunity. Page layout. Layout. Okay. Now here you have to select this mobile and lightning actions. This highlighted section you have to select. And from here you see this create account, what we created came here. Okay, so similarly, we have to drag it under this mobile and lightning experience. Let's drag it up. Keep it. Save it. Okay. Now we will go refresh the page. We will go to opportunities. Click on the record, any record. And you see this create account is coming. Now, if you click on this button, you see these three fields are coming, which we kept it in the layout. Okay. So you can create account from here as well. So this is create. So this is a action, and this you can use in any page layout because this is used in global action. You can go to any page layout, any record, any object page layout, and add that. Okay. So this is about global quick action. Global quick action lets users log call details, create or update records, send email, all without leaving the page. Global publisher layout. So what is global publisher layout? If you remember, if we went to this publisher layout is nothing but what. So these are object specific, right? So whatever we are seeing, account, leads, chat, tasks, these are all objects. But what about home? There is a concept of chatter. So these are not objects. These are on an org level, right? So this chatter is just like a WhatsApp in Salesforce, I mean, whatever we use, right? Messenger, WhatsApp, like that. In Salesforce, this is a way of at mentioning someone it to do their work, something like that. Okay. Home is also where we are getting the quick glance of the overall level. So what happens here? Here also, if you want, we can show the buttons. Okay, in the top you see this plus icon. This is global actions. So what buttons you want to show it here? That will be controlled by publisher layout. Okay, so as of now there is one layout only. I am not creating another publisher layout, but you can create and it will remain the same. You can have this publisher layout assignment. You can go to this. These are all basically the user accessibility standpoint. From a standpoint, you can add it and remove it as you want. But the main purpose of publisher layout is to add it on the home page layout or chatter page layout or on the top. If you see this one plus button, if you click plus button, it will add it. Okay. I'm not adding it for now, or else if you want, I can. It will be same thing. Mobile and quick action. So here you just drag it to this. Drag it to this. If you want to remove others, you can remove it. Save it out. Refresh the page. Click on the stop plus button. So see, create account came. So I hope this publisher layout is also clear to you. Global publisher layout determines the global actions that appears on various Salesforce interfaces. Next comes the record type. Okay, so what is a record type? Record type is, let's say once we want to show different page layout or different field values based on certain record types. So let me first create it and that will be easier to understand. So if I go to the account, any object you go, there will be a field called, I mean, there will be a section called record type, similar to compact layout, page layout, field relationship, buttons and all. You will find record type as well. So you click on this record type. As of now, by default, any page will not have this word created. So you click on new button. You have to give a name. Okay. So let's say I will give for, let's say I'm dealing with healthcare industry. Okay. So I will give it as hospital. One record type. This is all, we will keep it as it is. Layout. So see here with record type, I can select different layouts. Okay. So let's say account layout. I will save and new. Another one I will select it as, let's say, nursing. This also I will keep it as active. So if you don't keep it as active, it will not be applicable. And I will make available for all profiles for now. Click on next. By default, I'm not making this record type available. So I'm using this for sales layout. Okay, save. Now when you create a record, I will just refresh this page. So both record types are active. Now if you click on new account, you will first have this screen. So this screen was not visible previously, right? So if I go to opportunities now, this since this does not have a record type, if you click on new, it will simply open the page. But once we have a record type associated, you have to choose what type of record type. And if you remember, we have assigned two different page layouts for it, right? So if you click on nursing home, it will open a different page layout. If you open the hospital, it will open a different page layout. So not only from a page layout perspective, this fields, right? Hot, warm, cold, the pick list values. Even you can restrict the pick list value based on the record type. So this is one of the ways to do it. Okay. So what is a record type? Salesforce record types are a way of grouping many records of one type for that particular object. This can be applied to any standard or custom objects and allow you to have different page layouts. Page layout is the way of displaying data. Required fields, again, required fields, all these are part of page layout which we can do, and pick list values. So I mentioned, right? So pick list values even we can control for which record type which values will be displayed. How you can control? You can go to that pick list field. Let's say this is a pick list field, right? Account source. You click on it or not here, sorry. You have to go to record type. Let's say hospital, you click on it, open it. Now you see pick list values available for editing. You can either edit it. Okay, you can. So active is a pick list field, right? In our case, let's say rating, right? So we will go to rating. Rating, this one we are doing for hospital. So let's say for rating, I don't want this cold value. I will just remove it and save. Now if you see, I will just I will click on new. I will go with hospital. In this, you see hot and warm is coming, cold is not coming. But if I open the nursing one, sorry, nursing one does not have what was the name? The name was, this is a different layout, no? So maybe that field is not added. Rating is added or not? Rating is added here. So in rating, if you see here, cold is coming, right? So pick list values also you can restrict based on the record. So I hope it's clear. Record type is also clear. Search layout. Search layout is basically what you are seeing. So let's say if I'm searching here something, I'm searching with test. Okay. So once I search, these fields are coming out, right? Account site, phone, account alias. For account, this field's account name. So if you want to control this field column names, right, that you can do it using search layout. So for this, you have to again go to account manager, and here only you will find search layout. So there are so many search layouts, right? One is for each, maybe for profiles specific, and this one is the default. So default one, whatever it is having, account name, account site, phone, account alias, that is what you are seeing. Account name, account site, phone, account alias. And this is similar to the compact layout and mini layout what we have discussed. You can remove or add it, right? You can edit it and remove it. Okay. Buttons also you can show on. There are no buttons you cannot see for standard buttons. There are no customizable standard button for this slate. Okay. So this is about the search layout. So it's about basically how you are searching it, whether you are searching it from here or you are searching it from the lookup filter. right? So lookup filter means you go to account, you go to any lookup, parent account, right? And here if you search just show all result, right? So here what columns you are seeing, that is same. So these two places it will be controlled by the search layout. Okay. So search layout determines which fields appear in the below places. One is the search result for global search and lookup search. Second one is search fields if you want to search for search fields, and then lookup dialogues. So these three fields it gets it will show. Okay. Salesforce object specific action, it is similar to global action what we discussed earlier, but it will be object specific. And how you can do it? You have to go to this object, whichever object you want to create, and there you will find this, where it is, buttons, links, and actions here. Okay. So you click on this new action and you will find the same list of reports. There is one thing more added, flow, which is not available uh, on the global action, but this is how it will you can do it. It is a similar process. Okay. So this is action. Now here if you see there is a new button link as well. So here you can create your own buttons. And this button can be on the detail page as a link, as a button. So link means if you just click on preview, you can see the link whatever is shown. That will the button will be in form of a link. If you want it as a button, you can have it here. Or list button. List button is nothing but what you are seeing here on the list view. The new import now it is there. If you want to add another button here, you have to go to this list button. And what is this display checkbox? So if you click like right now, if you go here, there is no checkbox beside 1, 2, 3, right? There is no checkbox beside that. So if you want to have a checkbox associated with it, you can. Okay, so this is about actions. Let's talk about actions. So actions is basically same thing, but on object specific level. Okay, so this is all about the UI part. Any questions? Page layout, mini page layout, compact layout, Salesforce form, list views, publisher, global action, record types, search layout, object specific actions. Any questions on this? No? Okay. So we will keep our class today till this time only. Tomorrow we will see data management. Okay. I will provide you the notes. Yesterday's also one I have not shared. So today I will share both the notes, yesterday's one and today's one. Yeah. Okay. So I will stop sharing my screen for now and I will wait if you have any questions on top of this.
Hey, tomorrow do we have class?
Sorry, not tomorrow. Monday we will have. Weekends we will.